welcome back to my channel. My name is Damisho. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, thank you. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Thank you for sticking with your girl. Thank you for clicking my videos, liking. And if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. Guys, please subscribe. I know you forget. I know you forget, but please try and press that subscribe button and then press the notification bell beside so you'll be notified when I post a video. I live in Calgary, Canada as a new immigrant. I came in here as a PR about 16-17 months ago, and I just thought I need to speak about this topic. I have seen so many bad news about it. I have seen so many horrible things about it, and I feel like I need to say my part. I need to say something. I need to explain. I need to advise my own international students that are coming into Canada. Do not fall victim. Do not make this such a sort of mistake that people are making. I'm here to advise you. So better watch. You better sit and watch till the end. So I know it is arrival season for international students, and I've come with about 12 things that you need to know before making that plan. I know you've gotten your visa. Oh, congratulations. I'm happy for you. Such a great win. I understand how long it took. I understand how much money you spent. I understand the emotional trauma that comes with waiting for RRCC to give you visa. But now you have your visa, congratulations. And now you're planning to come into Canada. I wish you all the best. But before you come in, listen to my points. Listen to me. I know I didn't come through the student route, but I have a number of friends that came in as students. I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot, I've blinked a lot, I've experienced a lot. As a new immigrant that I am, you are just like me coming into this country new. So I think I'm permitted to share my thoughts and my advice. Better listen to my advice. My first point is, do not buy a ticket, a flight passing through America, United States of America, if you do not own their visa, because they're going to bounce you. You will get into America, but you will not be able to leave America. No, sorry. You will not be able to leave your own country because you don't have a transit visa. You don't have that visa to enter America legally. So don't bother. Please do your research. Make sure you check the itinerary of the flight you're buying. Do not pass through America if you don't have a US visa. My second point is, have all your documents with you. International students, my fellow people, especially if you're coming from Nigeria. I know that a lot of my points will relate to all international students, but I'm talking specifically from Nigeria because that's where I've seen that a lot has been going on. A lot has been going up for people coming from Nigeria. So please hold all your documents. Hold all your documents for the port of entry, like your school fees receipts, like proof that you paid your school fees. If you have not paid your school fees, proof that you are planning to pay your school fees. And the truth is, your chances are even low if you have not paid part of your school fees and you apply for visa. But that's by the way. Make sure you have all your documentation with you for the port of entry. You don't know what you will get asked. Hold your document to your chest. You don't know the questions you get asked. So be ready for any question they throw at you. Third point, if you use a third party for your application, know everything they filled in your application. AKA, if you used an agent, know everything your agent said about you. Understand your application by yourself. Because, like I said, you don't know the questions that will be thrown at you. Know the name of your school. Know the location of your school. Know the city your school is located. Know the accommodation plans that the agent say you have. Know all these little details because, like I said, questions might come. Questions might arise and it will be bad if you don't have those answers. Know who is funding your program, because I understand that part of funding. Me and you, we get it. But know what your agent has said. And another thing is, I know this is difficult when it comes to funding. I understand the place of funding, but have at least 4 to 6 months worth of living expenses with you as you're coming into Canada. You might be asked at the port of entry, and it would be bad if you don't have that money, and they'll look at you that, so what are you coming to do here? What are you coming to do? And also, if you have not paid your school fees, have at least your first term school fees money in your hand, not necessarily in cash. I don't know what you are bringing it in, not necessarily in USD, but have a proof that you have that money readily available to use in Canada. Questions may be asked. Another thing you need to know is, for international students, getting a job might be tough because of the work, the number of hours that is scheduled to students. So know that it's going to be a big adjustment to work and to school at the same time. Understand this process, that school might be very tedious and it's not giving time to work. That's why they've given students 20 hours per week so that you have time for school. Also, know that school can be tough and you may never have time to do those 20 hours of work. Another thing is, find your accommodation ahead. Do not rely on people you don't know. Even people you know still for your hand in this Canada. Do not, in short, except the person is your sibling, your cousin, your best friend, your husband or your wife, your grandma, your grandpa. Those are the people that, they might not chop your eye. But generally speaking, find your accommodation, have good plan, don't get stranded in Canada, especially in the winter months. As you guys are coming in now, by October, mid-October, start getting cold. Don't be stranded, please. It's not a good thing to be stranded in Canada. It's not a nice thing. You will suffer. Please make plans for your accommodation. Also note that if the school you are coming in do not guarantee or do not have postgraduate work visa, your spouse will not be entitled to spousal work visa. So make your research, know this kind of school you are going to, know the kind of course you are applying to, do your research, so that if you have plans to bring your spouse will not be stranded, and even you will not be stranded, because if you don't have postgrad work visa after schooling, you're stranded. Make your plans. Another point is, if you plan on changing school when you land in Canada, make sure that the school you want to change to resumes the same term with that old school. So for instance, you're coming in September, maybe you already applied to University of Calgary, and you just did that application so that it's a more reputable. When you get here, you go find like cheaper schools. Make sure that cheaper school you're looking for, that alternative school you're looking for, also starts in September. You cannot get a visa for a school that starts in September and you want to change your school and it starts in January. You're gonna be kicked out. It's gonna be a mess for you. Even if they don't find out immediately, when you're applying for your postgrad, they will fish you out. So do your plans well. If that school is not starting the same term as your old school, make sure that you resume in that your old school first and then cancel or defer or something. Do your research. I'm telling you people, do your research. I know this thing I'm saying it with full chest. Do your research before coming into this country. I mentioned before, international students only have 20 hours. There was a time they permitted unlimited hours, but that era is over now. So just 20 hours. And plan yourself well. I don't know if it's possible that you want to use 20 hours per week to pay your school fees. Please, my brother and my sister, plan yourself well. Also, be very familiar with your school calendar when you'll be having breaks, because it's only during those break times, like 2 weeks break, 1 week break, 3 months break. Those are the only times you can do full-time work without restriction. So know, so that you can plan yourself. Another thing is flights. Yes, flights again. If you are going through Europe, make sure that the stopover is only in one country. If you have more than 2 European countries as transit, you're going to be denied boarding. Just one country that you're going to stop and get down. Just one. It's not the one that you stay inside the plane, no. The one that you have to get down, change flights, all those things. Make sure it's just one European country. If it's 2, my brother, my sister, you have to get a transit visa, aka Schengen visa. And Schengen visa is not beans, so don't even bother. There are other airlines that will not directly, but they'll bring you to Canada without problem. So you don't have to. You have to what? Do your
Research.
Number 13, I believe, my second to last point would be all your important documents, all your medication, everything that is important to your life, pack them in your carry-on bag. Do not check them in. Airlines misplace people's boxes. God forbid they misplace your box and they don't find it, and maybe they need to give you only money to sort yourself out. It would be bad if your school documents, your important documents are inside those boxes. So please, everything that you hold dear to your life, make sure that they are in your carry-on bag. And my last point to you, my brothers and my sisters, coming into Canada as an international student, no matter the province you are going to, no matter who you know here, no matter your mommy, your daddy, your husband, your wife, your children, your best friend, no matter who you know in this land, do your research, make plans, ask questions. There are a lot of groups of international students. There are loads of WhatsApp and Telegram group. Ask questions. Don't be shy. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows your house. Nobody's coming to come out to your house, come and beat you. So ask those questions. No matter how stupid you think they are, it might be something, right? So ask those questions. Don't be shy. You've already paid application fee. You have paid school fees. You have bought tickets. You know how much they're selling tickets now? You know how much school fees is? You know how much dollar to naira is? And you now say you're shy to ask questions. My dear, ask questions. That's my peace offering to you people. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.